US. I was not able to take his statements because he had delegated to me, but I'm sure I will get opportunity to do them. But we have to have difficult conversations with the senator for Nandi. The way the majority leader was saying, the speaker, when this motion was brought, because I also have advisors on public service, I thought there, yeah. We as leaders must accept that we don't know everything and that there are experts in this country. Honorable Speaker, if you public service, it's just that we have not created an environment for them to feel safe to come and offer those services here at home. So I spoke to somebody who is very well versed with this issue of internship in the public service that we lawyers do, so that you are able to get some practical experience in the field that you studied. Before you go into formal employment. Now, the way that it was designed, at least this is what I was told, 1,000 shillings, which, Honorable Speaker, if you remember, I don't know where you went for your pupillage, but Honorable Speaker, I went to pupillage, the first one at a law firm called Cairo and Makwiny. Teach me at that law firm is more than anything that I have learned in the university. And those of you who went to pupillage at under Mr. Makot, remember he had a favorite term for all people who were not properly baked. And I will always appreciate everything that I learned and Mr. Makot. In 2005, he was than anything else. And I remember it was very tough because surviving in Nairobi on such a stipend was very, very difficult. And Speaker, he used to make it even more painful that instead of just giving you that 7,500 across the counter, he would actually write you a check. So the Speaker, we used to just see like he just wanted to spite us some more. And those days you had to wait for checks to mature. I don't know if that we have failed to create enough opportunities for young people to work. People want to work. Speaker, if you saw the sheer numbers of people who apply for jobs when an advertisement is put out, these are not lazy people who think they want to earn an easy living. They want to work for the country. It is for us as a leadership to create these opportunities for them. So even when somebody lands an internship in public service, they actually see it as a job. And they are always looking to see if they can be confirmed in those roles and to push the envelope as much as possible. Because after you finish that internship, Senator Cherargei, you go out there and there are no other opportunities for you. That is where the problem is, Honorable Speaker. So for me, really, if you talk about this amount, these ones are doing a bit better than the junior secondary school teachers. You can imagine who are earning 17,000 shillings, Honorable Speaker, a full-time salary. Surviving in this city on 17,000 shillings is almost a miracle. And when I hosted the teachers for World Teachers Day on the 5th of October, they are telling us stories, Honorable Speaker, that first of all, as a man, there's no way you can bring your wife, if you're married, to Nairobi to stay with you under that 17,000 shillings. The wife has to remain at home there, up country. And Honorable Speaker, you know the strain that it puts on marriages. when there is that distance between the husband and wife. It is impossible to find decent housing. Speaker, I don't know what the global recommended amount of money or percentage you should spend, of your salary you should spend on accommodation. But at least 30%, Honorable Speaker, should go to finding new accommodation. If you did 30% of 17,000, it's just slightly above 5,000 in silence. If you speak to them, they will tell you even the rate of suicide is very high. What I want to tell them, because I know they are watching, and this behavior started with this other union, Honorable Speaker, that we were trying to push for permanent and pensionable terms. I think it was the doctors. No, the UHC workers. We want to help, but please don't harass us. Speaker, you get a leader, maybe one of the leaders in the union, whoever it is, have a sit down. We are reasonable people. Have a conversation with us and we will represent you. But Speaker, this idea of just spamming leaders from morning to evening, even you cannot read any other messages on your phone. It is just confirming JS teachers permanent and pensionable. I want to look at them in the eye and tell them, are you really helping yourselves by spamming the very people that you want to help to survive on 17,000 shillings, let alone 25,000 shillings in this country, in this town? Speaker, there is another, factor for Senator Cherargei to consider. But then the unintended consequence might be that there is a reduction in the number of opportunities that are then offered to the young people for training. So, Speaker, unless the National Assembly allocates more money towards this internship program in the public service, it might be very difficult to enhance without having a reduction in the number of people who are offered those opportunities. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, there's something to consider that the Public Service Commission. Now, Senator Cherargei, when we pass this motion, you have said, now, Senator Cherargei, when we pass this motion, you have said them to increase the stipend offered to interns to cushion them against the high cost of living. I don't know how we are going to circumvent the fact that we are dealing with an independent commission. Maybe, Honorable Speaker, maybe there could be another way of how to increase the allocation towards this program. Then we can have not only more young people joining the program, but also them living on a proper stipend. Speaker, it is incumbent upon us as a leadership had a conversation, and the reason why I was late, Honorable Speaker, we had been invited to have a conversation with the Ambassador of Germany and France, and they talk about the business environment that has been created in the country, that they would want, does not really care as a plant where it is in the world. You can plant it in the middle of Naivasha, but there are certain things you have to put there. You have to have the proper infrastructure, protect the business itself. They are willing to invest. And what we must do as leaders is to look at the circumstances of doing business in this country, the taxation regime that we put in place, and so on and so forth. And even, Speaker, as far as the dispute resolution mechanisms, one of the reasons why you see many of these international contracts have clauses for arbitration or settlement of disputes through arbitration in foreign jurisdictions is because they have no faith in the Kenyan judicial system to be able to resolve disputes. And disputes are commonplace in business. It can be a dispute about anything. So, Honorable Speaker, that is where the responsibility for leadership lies, that we are able to look at all of these things to be able to create a level playing field for all business people from across the world, and they will most definitely invest. We were discussing about even the regime that supports privately initiated proposals, private-public partnerships. The law is that we are required as a country to let the whole world know what are the priority projects for which we are seeking partnership. It should not be a secret like how we handle the airport, Honorable Speaker. It was a terrible way to handle a project of that magnitude. Let the country know that we want a second terminal. It's privately initiated. We know it will come to a specific person. That person has a responsibility to disclose. And I want to thank the CS for Treasury Mbadi, because after that debacle of Adani, I saw him publish in the newspapers some guidelines on how to handle those privately initiated proposals. And those are the conversations we want to have, because some of us, Honorable Speaker, are believers in the Constitution. If you look at Article 10, everything that is done in this country requires to follow those guidelines in Article 10, including transparency. Let us not wait to see on social media that, oh, the airport has been sold. No, that communication needs to come from government. They say, we have received this proposal, we are looking at it, and this is what they are saying we should do. So that we encourage investors to be able to invest in our country and create the employment that is needed. Speaker, we had a delegation here in Parliament from the German here. Ukiwa na njaa daddy today we have not eaten. And then you don't do, some of us would go to the ends of the world for our children. So the conversation we are having, even as Europe grapples with the question of immigration, the source of the problem is here. Can we create an environment in Africa, in our countries, that discourages people to go out? Even this issue of sending people out there, I don't know why anyone would be proud. Because basically, you are piggybacking on efforts of other countries to be able to create opportunities for their people. Then you say we have sent 10,000 Kenyans there. How many of them are coming here to work in businesses that you've built? That is the question we need to ask. And how many Kenyans have you provided to work? They want to be able to put into practice the things that they went to school to learn, and that is our responsibility as leadership. Nandi, and I hope that there can be a lasting solution to the problem of unemployment in Kenya. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Wamatinga.